Hi guys, this is Clara once again and welcome to my YouTube channel, The Clara Chips Show, a show where I share about my life experience, what I'm learning from my life, and also what I'm learning from other people's experience in life. Yeah, so if you are watching me for the first time, I can tell you it's not by accident, it's divine, so you better stick around. Yeah. So today, you guys, I'm so happy because I'm interviewing somebody very special. I know we are all special, but today I've got this young lady by the name of Nicole. And Nicole, welcome to the Clara Chips Show.
Thank you.
Yeah. So Nicole is going to tell us a bit about herself, her life. So to start with Nicole, who is Nicole? Who are you? Just tell me who you are.
Hi everyone, thank you for having me in your YouTube channel. Well, if you ask me like who I am, well, my name is Nicole. I'm 20 years old and currently I'm living here in Zambia because of my dad's work. And yeah, I mean, that's everything I can say.
Okay, so how long have you been in Zambia? When did you come to Zambia?
I came when I was 12.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I studied like 3 years here in high school. And then, well, I kept coming and going back many years till like this year.
Okay, and how has it been in Zambia? What can you say about Zambia? Is it a nice country?
Well, like really, I believe that Zambia, for me, it's like my second home. Because I feel like really welcome from the people here. People are very happy, very welcoming, and that's how I felt the first time. The first time I stepped my foot here, I remember like, cause people like, you know, different cultures and stuff. Like Peruvian people, they're also happy. It's not that they're not.
Okay.
But I feel like, in general, like Zambian people are very cheerful, and yeah, very happy people.
Okay. Okay. If I take you back, like you said, you were 12 years old. Was it very difficult at first for you, like different environment, of course, you know, was it difficult at first?
Yes, it was like a shock for me because first of all, like I know it's going to sound like a bit ignorant, but like I've never came to Africa. I don't even know what Zambia is like. I just know like South Africa, yeah, it's a country, but I never really went like to look at the other side of the world. So it's like randomly I'm arriving in Ndola, like in Zambia, and I come out of the airport and I'm like, where am I?
Yes.
Just like jungle vibe, and like, yeah, I mean, yeah, I was just like, it was very difficult. It wasn't that difficult to adapt because I feel like people in school were very welcoming.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, a bit like the language was a bit difficult because my English was just like basic English, but it wasn't that like fluently. So it was a bit of a struggle there.
Okay.
And just to come, like have integrity like completely with everyone in my class, it took me like a few months, but then I literally like after 3 years when my dad left, and I had to go back to Peru, like my dad was like, oh, you need to go back, and I started crying because I didn't want to leave my friends.
Oh yeah, you got used to Zambia in other words.
I had to go back to my country where I'm meant to like feel like comfortable, and I just felt like they were like destroying like where I built my home again.
Okay, so was it also difficult when you went back? Because it's like you had to start again?
I think it was the hardest. Harder than when I came here. It was like, it took me like around 7 months.
Okay, so now you came back to Zambia. Your dad came back to Zambia to work again?
Yes.
And then now when you came back, how did it feel?
When I came back, well, I really felt happy.
You were happy? Yeah,
because I was like, Zambia is a place where I always feel like it's home. So even the people that I've met and everything have showed me that I'm always welcome. So I wasn't feeling like shy or anything. You know.
Oh, that's great to hear, Nicole. You know, this show is all about, you know, motivating and, you know, encouraging one another. You're a young lady, and I just want to ask you about, you know, I'm sure you've completed your education, right? Have you been to college? or university?
Yes, I went to university in the UK.
Okay.
I was studying architecture for 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
And then, well, like deep inside me,
Yeah.
like I felt like it wasn't the right thing that I was doing in my
Really?
life. Yeah.
Oh.
I felt like I always had like something else to do, like to bring to the world, like even if it sounds cliche, like that's how I felt like inside me.
Mm-hmm.
And like while I was like studying like that 1 year in uni, like I felt that way. So I made the decision to. I mean, it was a very hard decision, you know, because the hardest part was that I kept asking people for their opinion, or like I'm gonna do this, is it okay, is it not? I asked like a lot of my friends, and then like I remember this one friend of mine, my flatmate, she was like, Nicole, like why are you asking for validation?
Yes.
Like you don't have to tell everyone what's going on in your life. Like if you feel like that's right for you, do it. Because then I have this friend of mine that also was like, what are you doing, Nicole? Then I started being so anxious, and I was like, my life, you know. And also because I needed to come back here, which is going back to my parents' home and everything. So it was a very hard decision.
Very interesting, you know. But in the first place, why did you choose architecture? Since you said that there was something inside you which didn't want to do it, but why did you go for it in the first place? Yeah.
Because I felt like I was like forcing myself.
Forcing yourself.
Like unconsciously, like oh, this is what I'm meant to do. Not like really like harsh, like oh my god, Nicole, this is what you're meant to do. But unconsciously, it was like, okay, architecture, yeah, this is what I like and stuff. I mean, even because I was like, okay, I like art and I like science. Because I was like, okay, so this is the career.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, according to how you are explaining the whole thing, are you still doing it, or you're no longer doing architecture?
No, I left because I followed what
Your
heart.
Okay.
And when I came here, it was very, very difficult for me to come out from that place of kind of like getting over the fact that I left.
Yeah,
where
especially
I already,
to face your parents, I can imagine.
And where I already like built my home again, you know, I built like my home there with my friends and everything around me that I felt familiar with. I left it in 1 second, and then I came here to find another place to feel like my home again.
Yeah, it's like you've been moving up and down, going to different places, like you never settled.
And I felt like it was like a failure for me to like come here. And I had a really, really negative mindset, like oh, I'm not good at anything, like I'm not good at this, what's the point of doing this? Failed in everything.
Wow.
So I mean, it was very hard for me to like come up like slowly.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
You know. What about your parents? How did they take the whole thing when you told them that this is not what I want to do? How did they take it? Did they support you?
Well, like, yeah, I mean, they did. Like, I feel like they did, because they were just like, I care about what you like. Like, I care about you. If you're not like happy for what you're doing, like, what's the point?
Yeah.
So it's better you take a break and then like see what you actually want to do. So I felt happy that they were kind of supporting me, but at the same time, I felt like they weren't the ones that were going to take me from the bad headspace that I was in.
It's like, in other ways, you were still depending on them. You were not mature enough to decide on your own. Wow, very interesting story. Yeah, so what do you want to do now? What's your passion now? The thing that is deep inside, the real Nicol. Now that you've stopped what you're doing, what do you want to do, or what are you doing?
Well, I think like in general, like I told you this before, like that I want to start like making videos and stuff.
Okay, that's making YouTube videos.
Yeah, making like YouTube videos, and at the same time, I'm very interested in like sociology, psychology. Kind of like environmental stuff. So like I'm not really like completely sure what I want to do yet, and I don't feel like it's never too late to like, even if you study something, then later on if you're interested in something else, you can build something from that area. You know, there are no limits. That's what I've literally learned from all this time that I've been here, because before I thought that people just like, okay, they chose their career and like that's the only thing that they were meant to do their whole life. When it's their career and other interests that people have in life. Which I had a really like but like wrong idea about careers and life, literally.
You know what you did, I give you credit, because a lot of times people fail to do what you did. They end up pleasing other people and just doing what they don't like because everyone is doing it. For example, I can give you like, everyone wants to be a doctor, everyone wants to be a lawyer, and then when they hear, Nicole quit, I mean, what went wrong? Is she okay? So I think what you did, following your heart, is very, very important, and I can encourage somebody who is young out there not to follow anyone, you know, doing something to please other people, but do something that is within you, something that is you. So you did a great thing. So what can you encourage young people like you? What can you motivate them? Any word of encouragement? Maybe somebody is going through what you went through and you want to tell them. What can you tell them?
I'm just gonna say that at the end, well, it's gonna sound cliche again, but like at the end of the tunnel, there's always gonna be light. Like even if, let's say, even my darkest like moments, like when I came back here and I was like lost in every way, like not even when I eat, like I don't want to do anything, like I would go to places with my parents and like I wouldn't feel like I'm there, I'm just like my mind like in the UK or somewhere else. So I would say that like really like follow your instinct, like follow what's your intuition, like be authentic, like because that's the only way that you're really gonna feel fulfilled in whatever you're doing. So just like follow it and things will work out. Like,
that's very good. So 5 years from now, who is Nicole? How are we going to look at you in 5 years from now? Your plans, your vision concerning what you want to do.
Well, I mean in general, like I wanna already have started like making my videos and like that's what I want to do, because I'm like, this is something that I've always wanted to do since I was like 12. Since I came here, I remember even my brother made like a random YouTube channel that he did it anyway. But I mean that, and then of course like I would have already wanted to like finish something that I want to study, and maybe even build my own like business about something that I'm passionate about. And I mean, and also do not depend on like people's validation about anything. Like follow your own vibe. Then I feel like that's the best I can say.
That's very great, Nicole. Very interesting. You know, people I interview, I normally ask them what self-love is. So I'm also asking you this question, your own definition of self-love. What is self-love? Loving yourself.
I feel like really, okay, wait, let me think.
What does it mean to you?
I mean, for me, it means like, of course, like taking care of yourself. Like it can be even in the way you like think, the thoughts that come through your mind, like the things you decide to allow your mind to like affect you in general. So that's going to be like setting boundaries, like, okay, this is not what I like that this person is saying to me, or like someone doing something to me and I'm like, okay, no, this shouldn't affect me. That's kind of like protecting what I like, my boundaries, like the way I dress, like the way like as you said, like doing your makeup, like one day that you want to feel pretty, or doing things that are good for yourself, you know, like doing exercise, feeling healthy, feeling good, you know, like those are like small things that build up to like really loving yourself.
Well, that's great, Nicole. I'm very happy to have you today. It has been great. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
So you guys, that was Nicole. You've heard it all. Very interesting story indeed. I enjoyed it. Did you enjoy it?
I enjoyed it.
Give me a 5. Well, you guys, if you're watching me for the first time again, I'm saying subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Clara Chips Show. You can also follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And like I always say, remember to love yourself, because there is no other person who is going to love you apart from you loving yourself. It starts from within you. So I'll see you in my next video. As for now, it's bye-bye. Mwah.